What's up, everybody? Welcome to BioS 3 Raw TV. Dan the Bodybuilder in Thailand, or should we call you Dan the Bodybuilder in Colombia? We have to have a talk here. Now, the first video I made was to bring awareness to Dan's situation, because I honestly felt like if this is a real situation and he needs help and people are willing to help, then I think that's good that most of us that are willing to help out, and even if it's just making a video or putting up a post somewhere, could actually facilitate the process of helping Dan the Bodybuilder get better and not lose his leg or die. Now, that being said, I made two videos. This is going to be the last one of these videos because there's a constant battle right now between is he telling the truth or is he not. Now, before I get into this, right, remember, my wife is a nurse that works at the best hospital in our entire area. Like, people are medvaced and flown in. It's a level 1 trauma center. If people get fucked up at other hospitals, they fly in here to fix them. And they have the cardiology unit, they have the burn unit, they have the peds. I mean, it's a fucking gigantic hospital with multiple campuses. And it is known for being one of the best, if not just in our area, but the whole country for certain things, including the heart replacement, the heart transplant program, as well as the CVOR program in general. Now, that being said, she also works with plastic surgeons that come in to kind of facilitate the healing of the scars and stuff like that. Let's leave that right there, okay? That's because I want people to understand where I'm coming from and where I get my information from and how I know these different things, right? So, Dan the Bodybuilder, after people started questioning him, put a video up, and I watched the video, right? Because I'm very interested to see what the fuck is going on, because I feel like I believed him at first. Some information came out that I'm like, I don't know, and now what he's saying and doing is making me think that things are not necessarily on the up and up. Let me explain to you. So Dan the Bodybuilder puts up those pictures of his leg essentially rotting away, right? The stitches burst, this fucking black stuff coming out, necrotic tissue, all this stuff. He's got a wound vac stuck to his leg, right? This is like a video a couple days ago. And he kind of shows it real quick, but he doesn't really show too much of it, right? Like, I mean, if you put those pictures up of your leg falling apart, you should be able to pull that blanket up and show that wound vac and show that it's always, it might be, honestly, a small infection and not those pictures we saw. That's what I'm starting to believe. Like, there's something wrong with him, but it's not the pictures that we saw. Now, that being said, the latest news on this is Dan says, I've just had a second surgery. I'm very woozy. Now, he typed it all in. He didn't actually talk in the phone, right? I'm very woozy. I have suspended the GoFundMe page at this time. And I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, what is going on? He said, I had a skin graft surgery, right? And I was like, wait a minute. Like, the day before, his leg was oozing shit with a wound vac, and now they put a skin graft on it. I'm like, wait a minute. Those wound vacs take quite a while to get that wound clean and clear. And usually the wound vac is on there because it has to heal from the inside out. That's why they have the wound vacs, right? So I'm sitting there going, wait a minute. If you had a skin graft, it's like you had a burn that was healing or something. You put the skin, you can't put a skin graft over that infection that was fucking oozing out of your leg everywhere. And that wound vac technically wasn't on there long enough to get that thing to heal. And if you have a wound vac, it's healing from the inside out. What the fuck is with all this skin graft surgery? Like, something's not making sense, right? And then he suspends the GoFundMe page so you can't donate anymore. And I'm like, but you said you need $30,000 for 2 additional surgeries. You got $18,000 and shut it down. What happened to the rest of the money that you needed? Why isn't this thing still going? Why don't you still need the money? You had a skin graft, and that skin graft is going to take care of all of your problems and you no longer need the other surgery? Something is not fucking adding up right now. And he's not posting any more pictures of himself or videos. He said, oh, I'll do it later after all is said and done. And I'm like, something is really not fucking right now. And now, something popped up that he is working with another individual, the good-looking bodybuilder, something like that. They're working together with this bullshit scam. And I'm like, what the fuck? So technically what I'm hearing now is he does have an infection. It's not the pictures that we saw, okay? It's much, much less dangerous than what we saw, although still an infection. Because, I mean, the infection we saw in those pictures in his leg, he probably would have been so fucked up from that infection, I don't think I'd be able to make videos and shit, honestly, to be honest with you. And you definitely don't need a skin graft to cover up an infection. The infection has to be gone 100% first. And if they opened him up and they're removing tissue like that, the wound vac was on his leg, that's going to heal from the inside out. I had a friend that had an abscess in his glute. It looked like, he didn't even take steroids. This is the most fucked up part, right? He had this, what he thought was a zit, like on his fucking ass cheek, like a little glute zit or fucking ass zit or whatever. And he popped it and he goes, motherfucker, that hurt so bad. He's like, Jesus Christ. He like freaked out. The next day, it was like a fucking bigger than a softball in his ass. He was like, what the fuck? So he literally went to the hospital. They sliced him open. It was an abscess. I don't know how they kind of cut the abscess out. They cut the tissue out. They then packed it with gauze, and it had to heal from the inside out. He had to change those gauze multiple times, keep it clean, etc., etc. That was from an abscess that was not even that bad, right? Not even that bad of an infection that he had. And at that point, they still carved out a piece that was probably, I mean, it was a pretty good piece out of his ass, and he had to pack the things. Now, that's when he's here in America. That's how they treat it in America. So you're trying to tell me over there, the same type of thing with the open wound that needs to heal from the inside out, they do a fucking skin graft for $17,000? What was the first one that he had for 10? Something is not adding up. Like, apparently he needed $15,000 for each, surgery, and like he shut the thing down. Like, well, is he shutting it down now, but he's going to open it up because he needs a third surgery? If you need the third surgery, why are you shutting it down when people are trying to help you? Like, something is not fucking adding up here. And Dan, I'll tell you what, I mean, if you're watching this, you're not doing yourself any favors by not fucking doing what people are asking you to do. Prove that this is really going on. Prove the fact that you're not scamming people. Because now what happens is you're the one that's in there in the hospital putting all this stuff out, asking for the money, hooking up to the GoFundMe, and then what happens is like you're doing weird shit. They ask you to do something, you don't do it, then you do weird shit that doesn't fit and start talking about surgeries that don't make any fucking sense. And it's kind of, you step back and you go, wait a minute, now this really fucking sucks, because if Dan the bodybuilder is full of shit, the next time this happens to someone or something happens to someone where they need money, they're going to go, remember Dan? Remember Dan the bodybuilder Thailand? He fucked everybody over. Him and his friend fucking started a GoFundMe page and they screwed everybody over and got a bunch of money and fucked everyone over. That's what's going to happen. Matter of fact, I already saw people talking about on my, as soon as I put the video up, I saw that there were comments. Like within 2 minutes there was comments. I was like, holy shit. So I looked at the comments and they said basically, I'll paraphrase, Jerry, don't get involved with this, because there was a woman who died of cancer because she started a GoFundMe page and someone started a rumor that it was a fake, it wasn't happening, and she died because she never got the money. And I'm like, first of all, what the fuck? That's weird. Why would someone start a fucking rumor? It would only take fucking literally 2 seconds for that woman's family to be like, fuck you guys, she's in the hospital fucking dying, get fucked. So that doesn't make any fucking sense. But let's just say it's real. The bottom line is, Dan has the ability to prove what people are saying wrong. It's Dan's responsibility. If that was true that that lady had cancer, it was her responsibility to prove that rumor wrong. You have all these fucking bills. You have a fucking doctor that you can literally doctors, they want to help you. If you said, doc, can I literally put you on camera for 2 seconds saying, we have this situation, this is what we're going to do, this we need to proceed, this is what it's going to cost. Doctors will help you out nowadays. What the fuck? I'm sitting there going, what the fuck? Like, I don't understand what... It's just not making sense now, guys. It's not making any sense whatsoever. Now I'm starting to feel like, for some reason, and I got a fucking weird feeling, probably because of all the shit that doesn't add up. Like, let's face facts. If you have a puzzle and it's 1,000 pieces, right? And out of those 1,000 pieces, 20 of those pieces were actually from another puzzle and in manufacturing got mixed up and don't fit. Guess what? They don't fit. You know why? Because they're not part of the puzzle. That means the big picture is left with holes, which means it's incomplete. That's exactly what the fuck's going on right now. It's incomplete. There's holes in this whole fucking story. They can easily be put together to make the whole picture, but Dan's not doing it. Like, here's the deal. Oh, I have an infection. Oh, this, oh, that. People gave you $17,000. Don't you feel like you could do a little bit of work for that money to help people understand that they're doing the right thing and you're not fucking scamming them? Like, you literally want to lay on your ass in bed and do fucking nothing, have people hand you fucking money and take your word for it, where, let's face facts, you run around the fucking world doing illegal shit. Well, it's not legal in other countries, but you run around the world fucking shooting drugs and doing all kinds of random fucking crazy shit, and you're saying like, well, I can't be bothered to fucking just take 2 seconds, take a picture of it, and the people like, oh, Jerry, maybe they don't have a bill until he gets discharged. The bill for the surgery he already fucking had. You go to the fucking, or you have the nurse come and say, I need a fucking copy of this bill. Please do this for me. They'll fucking do it. Even if they have to hand write a fucking bill and sign it and have the doctor sign it, they can do that. But bottom line is, guys, something is rotten in Denmark, and I don't know what the fuck is going on. But for right now, it seems like he's got his money. He doesn't have it open again, right? So you can't donate right now, which is fine. If it opens again, if Dan decides to open this GoFundMe again because he wants more money, he needs more money, now I think it's the time. He's had a skin graft. He's doing much better because he had some fucking skin graft. It's like taking fucking, having a completely infected leg and wrapping a blanket around it and sending him home saying, you're fine. You can't do that. Like, it doesn't make any fucking sense. But if he opens it again, now is the time to say, Dan, here's the deal. Fucking prove it, man. Show us that fucking graph. Show us what it costs. Show us all this fucking shit or you're not getting a fucking dime. I mean, that's the only way to combat this situation at this time. And I'll be honest with you. Normally, I might even feel bad and say, guys, we got to take this guy's word for it. He's fucked up. But Dan's not helping himself. He's not doing a fucking thing to help himself. Putting a couple videos that's not giving enough information, or putting a video up on YouTube, whatever the fucking case, that doesn't really show anything besides a few pictures that you're using over and over again to fucking recycle to show that you're fucked up, doesn't really show that you're fucked up. So it's about time to, call the fucking spade a spade, see what cards he has in the fucking game and see what the deal is. But at this point, to me, honestly, personally, it's not looking too good. You know what I mean? I'm not basing that on a feeling that I have. I'm basing that on what I'm seeing and how things are not adding up. And let's face facts, in this world, sometimes things don't always add up, but they add up a lot better than this shit. And usually when a lie is told, that's when shit doesn't add up because people keep telling other lies to accommodate for the fact that they told other lies and they can't keep up with those lies or they can't remember those lies, so they tell new lies, they contradict each other, and next thing you know, the person gets caught lying. That is a bad thing, especially for this GoFundMe thing. So hopefully, guys, this is, we're not going to hear any more about this. Hopefully this last surgery saved his life, saved his leg. He's good to go. He'll be back on Enhanced Athlete soon, fucking doing stuff with them. Hopefully, and hopefully that it's not a scam, because if it is a scam, this is going to fuck things up for a lot of people in the future that may actually need help and who may not even themselves didn't start GoFundMe, but maybe their family did or something because they need help with cancer or fucking their child died or whatever the fuck is going on. I just don't want to see good people I don't want to say get hurt, but good people be left out in the cold because someone did things and manipulated things in the wrong way. BioStreetTraining@gmail.com. Leave comments down below, but don't fight. www.BioStreetTraining.com is the Hopefully Dan is Telling the Truth bicep, and we're out.